Nowadays we are really conscious about recycling, but the next step is to buy less stuff, especially the stuff we only use once. That's why when I got pregnant, we decided to buy washable nappies. Oh no, ew. Well, some people are disgusted by them because they think they stink, but we're quite happy with them. It's a bit of an investment at first, but then in the long term it's really cheap. And we bought enough to wash them every 2 days. So you just use them and then put them in a bin and they go in the washing machine and that's it. These are the day nappies, and inside you put this sort of lining that holds the puppies, and this goes down the loop. And you can feel quite safe because this comes apart, it becomes nothing, so it's not going to clog anything. And they are really nice. They are made out of bamboo, and the exterior it's polyester made out of recycled plastic. It's called polyurethane membrane. They are called tote pods. They are from Scotland. They have different options and we chose the adjustable ones. So they bring these buttons so you can use them from newborns to toddlers. And they have really lovely designs. This is the farm one, but we have the parks, the trains, the toys, the robots. He really likes the robots one. And as well we bought some white ones and a purple and orange one. I was never happy with the purple one because I feel it doesn't hold as much humidity as the rest. I don't know why. And the night ones are different because they have to hold more liquid, more humidity, and the whole thing is made out of this towely bamboo thing. And you can see they're pink because one of the velcros stained the whole thing, and they are all pink now, pinkish. And inside they have an extra bit and a fleece, and the fleece is quite good because the baby doesn't feel wet and it holds a lot of liquid as well. And to hold all this, it's the wrappy bit. It's made out of this polyester. The thing is that this is the new one, but we used to have 2. Now we only have 1. The others broke from all the washing and maybe the Canarian sun. The thing is that because we wash them every 2 days, 1 is not enough. And the other day at my local fabric store I found this and I thought, oh, this looks like the nappy thing. And it is. It's called PUL, P-U-L, and it's this membrane, polyurethane recycled stuff. And because it is washable, people are using it for masks and for wrapping stuff. For wrapping your sandwiches if you go for a picnic or for work, and I think that's really nice as well. So I bought some and I'm going to replicate the pattern and reuse all the velcros and this inside top lining as well. As you can see, I have all my pieces here, and it is the main nappy. Then around the legs it has a piece of elastic band and some lining to cover it. I didn't bother to undo all the buttons bit because my baby doesn't use them anymore. He's on the bigger size. And then it has another piece of elastic on the back and 2 pieces of lining. And the velcros. In the beginning I was thinking to reuse these bits of lining, but it's quite warm, so I'm going to cut the same fabric and use it in my design or in my version or in my whatever you want to call it. And I'm going to sew it in black. I think it will look nice and suit the pattern, and the velcros in pink are going to be quite fun. So I have all my pieces cut and I have double of everything because I'm going to do 2 nappies. And I have 4 elastic bands for the leg bit. And when I was disassembling the original, I wrote down the steps I think I have to follow and in what order. So the first thing I'm going to do is to sew the Velcro, the front Velcro. I think I could do this later, but I don't want to forget about it, because you know. So let's do that first. My Velcro is looking nice. The first one not as nice as the second one I saw because I didn't sew it right to the edge, but maybe I can cut it a bit. I could do that. And the next step is to sew the elastic to the leg area. And I have 2 things to do here because the elastic has this little bit of material on top to cover it. So I'm going to do it at once. I'm going to sew the elastic on the inside and on the outside, right sides together, my piece of material. I just sew my elastics and they're looking pretty good. I'm really happy with them. And now with the extra bit of fabric I sewed to cover the elastic band, I'm going to fold it twice so it lands on top of the elastic band and stitch it all along it. Really happy with my elastic bands, eh? Look at them, really nice. I had problems sewing them because my machine wouldn't stitch them. I don't know why. When I folded and I had 3 layers of material, it wouldn't stitch, and I tried with a piece I had left. I tried different tensions and it took me a while, but it worked out, and it had tension 7, which is a lot. I have to study about tensions because I don't understand them. But I used tension 7 and my machine has 4 different stitch lengths, and I used the second one, so it was a shorter stitch and it worked. So quite happy about that. And now I'm going to sew this bit, which is the lining, the top lining bit. Goes inside like this. This should be quite easy because I'm going to sew it right sides together on the outside, and then when I put it back in, it should be quite nice. Another little problem. The inside of the fabric is really sticky, so I had to use paper in order to sew it because the foot wasn't letting me. It's really fun to peel it off. It looks really neat. And my next step is to sew the elastic bit of the back. This goes like this, so the back needs a bit of gathering. The elastic is looking pretty good. And then we have the back facing to do. This is the last step, but the problem is that we have the velcros to add in the middle. So we're going to place our facing right sides together, and in the middle we're going to place the velcros. But because we're going to put this inside out, they have to go on the inside. So we sew them and then they come up once we put the right side back out. And here I have my 2 nappies. I'm quite happy with them. The design was really easy to follow, so I didn't have any problems. The problems I had were with the machine, because it wasn't sewing, it was breaking the thread, and finally it broke the needle, and it was the needle, then it sewed perfectly. So I don't know, things that happen. And then I had to use the paper to help me sew this sticky material, but it was fine. I hope you've enjoyed it. In the beginning I wanted to reuse as most as possible from the original one, but the material was very worn, so I decided to use the same one for my facings inside, and they turned out great. I think they're going to be useful as they were. So let me know down in the comments what you think, if you knew this kind of nappies, and maybe if you're pregnant and you might be thinking about using them. So let me know down in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss anything next week. Bye!